Now let us look at the text completion number 3. The words below. Dilemma, unable to decide. Conundrum means a puzzle. A puzzle with the answer hidden in it. In Telugu we call it Podupu Kadalu. Podupu Kadalu. Or conundrum can also mean a very difficult puzzle. Trope. Trope means a metaphor. Metaphor. The trope for India, Bharat Mata. The trope for America, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam. Trope means metaphor. Blank 2, attenuated means reduced. Subsumed, include, under. Blank 3, fallacious means faulty. Faulty reasoning. Incontrovertible, cannot be disputed, questioned, or disproved. Alluring, attractive. Now look at the sentence. The following dash called the Olbers paradox. Paradox, self-contradictory but true. India is a rich country, but most of the people are still poor. That's a paradox. Paradox means self-contradictory but true. The following dash called Olbers paradox long puzzled astronomers. If the universe is infinite in extent and age and filled with stars, why is the sky dark at night? A plausible means believable, but essentially correct answer to Olbers paradox is that the expansion of the universe is light from stars. The fundamental answer to the puzzle is that the paradox is premised, assumed, on the notion. Notion means a vague idea, unclear idea, that the universe is infinitely old, whereas in reality it was created in the Big Bang, and thus there is not sufficient time for the universe to be filled with light. Okay, so think about it, and I too will think about it. So, what do you think should fit in? I think the first one should be dilemma. Trope is out of question, metaphor is out. Conundrum is a puzzle. Now, the word conundrum doesn't fit because he calls it a paradox, and in paradoxes, there is always a dilemma. We don't know what to do. And then the word puzzled again occurs. So, the conundrum, puzzled, it doesn't go well. So, the right word would be dilemma. The following dilemma. And the expansion of the universe attenuated light from the stars, decreased. And the fundamental answer premised on the fallacious notion. So it's a faulty notion. They thought it is infinitely old, but actually it is not. Go to the next one. Inception, beginning. Jubilee, celebration. Blank 2. Sanctioned can mean two things: allow, approve, permit, or restrict. Facilitate, make it easy. Proscribe, ban, taboo, prohibit. Blank 3. Innocuous, harmless. Pragmatic, practical. Malign, to damage somebody's name. Benign, harmless or kind. Eclectic, selecting from a wide range. Eclectic culture. Hinduism is a very eclectic religion, means taking from many sources. Selective, that means selecting from a wide range. In that sense, very broad minded. Humane, showing compassion, sympathy, pity, and all that. So, since it's dashed, the internet has dashed the exchange of information between people for both dash purposes. So, since its inception, the right word, the internet has facilitated, obviously, between people for both malign and benign purposes. You need something contrasting there. So, malign is bad, dangerous, evil. So there is then a contrast. The internet can be used for good and used for also bad activities. So the next one. Sophomoric is immature. Immature. Sophomore means a second year student, but sophomoric is immature. Utopian, Ramarajyam, ideal state. That means a state where there is no crime. People are all peaceful and saintly and all that. Erudite, very learned, very scholarly. Prosaic, very boring, ordinary. Pragmatic, practical. Pedantic, bookish. False ontology. You see these words, the vocabulary goes on increasing. Ontology is a branch of philosophy which is the study of the nature of being. Nature of being. What does it mean when you say I? Who's that I? When you say I, the question a philosopher will ask you, who's that I? And you might try to say I means I. But the question is you have not yet answered. You will say, then he'll ask you, is the body you? Then you'll say, no, no, that's my body. This is my head. So who are you? then you'll have to go back to Vedanta, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita. Other religions unfortunately fall short. You are not the body, you are the soul, you are the infinite soul. This body is a temporary facility given to you based on your karma. So, who are you? You are the Jivatma, the eternal soul who's a companion of God. So, that's what Veda says. And so, let's leave it there. Let us leave. The ontology, I think you have now understood. False ontology. False ontology means a false identity or identity crisis. Ontology is the study of the nature of being. What does it mean to be? I am. So, what does it mean? Who is? Vicarious means second hand. Vicarious means deriving pleasure by watching others. Voyeurism, peeping Tom, couch potato, mouse potato. We discussed all these terms. Couch potato addicted to TV. Mouse potato addicted to watching all the internet. So vicarious means deriving pleasure by watching others. Vicarious experience. That means if we learn something from another person's experience, that is second hand. That's called vicarious. So the opposite of vicarious is personal direct experience. Wishful thinking is a phrase which means impractical wishes. Wishful thinking means impractical wishes. Now, dash thinkers are often accused by more dash thinkers of building castles in air. So, what kind of utopian thinkers? Yes, utopian thinkers are, utopia basically is Ramarajyam, ideal state, and thus, that is something which is most unlikely. You can never really have utopia. So, utopian thinkers are often accused by more pragmatic thinkers, practical thinkers, of building castles in air based more on lofty. Lofty means elevated, very high, exalted, very refined, sublime, lofty ideals and dash than on a solid foundation and reality. So, lofty ideals and wishful thinking.